And now for the really important stuff. This is the stuff that affects you, me, and every little thing. Your children, your pets, all of your family. And it's only going to get more and more important. And dare I say, it's only going to get worse. We've got to get on the wagon now. I don't mean anything to do with getting on the wagon like drinking. I mean, let's get, although I feel like it, right?
Right.
We gotta take care of this data center issue. We've got to take care of this AI that's overtaking us, that's creeping. Holly, it's not even creeping into our lives anymore, isn't it? It's bulldozing.
It's bulldozing, it's here, it's everywhere, and it's affecting, like you said, everybody. So please pay attention.
Yes, this is important. And if you've never listened to any of our podcasts before, or if you have only given a passing listen, this one is important because Holly's done a lot of research on this about data centers. And if you live locally, we live in Lake Bluff, Illinois, which is in the northeast corner on the North Shore of the state of Illinois. We're concerned. We're concerned because there's one going in, well, they're trying to, and you can give me the background on where we are with that kind of, I'm not exactly sure, but, and listeners can tell us what's going on. I think it's sort of an ongoing concern. They're trying to put one in, but they're going up everywhere, all over the country. And it's not just like, oh, that's a power plant, where I get my electricity. No, this is a different kind of an animal, a monster, really. So where do you want to begin with this, Holly? Because I know you've done some research. You really did your due diligence with stuff. I mean,
I don't know about that.
This is serious.
There is so much information on data centers and the problem. So I didn't even know what to pick out and what to target. But first of all, I'm going to start with my favorite person, Erin Brockovich, who's definitely...
Is she involved with this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then you know it's serious.
Yeah, she's involved, and she's running around the country and trying to educate people on it.
Really?
And warn them. Yes. So I immediately thought of her thinking, oh my gosh, I wonder if this is right up her alley with what's going to happen to all the environment and ultimately cause cancer probably. And it's gonna, it's going to boom.
Because
all the pollutants going into the environment that we'll be ingesting times 10 versus a stream that might have some water that's not great.
The air emissions alone are going to get into our lungs.
Right.
Okay, and that's going to affect every system in our body. Mm-hmm. So carry on.
Our water, and that we'll be drinking. I'm just going to give you some facts about data centers, and this is coming from Engineering Facts, and also this is where Erin Brockovich is quoted as well.
Okay.
Public opposition to AI data centers is growing as many communities question how quickly large infrastructure projects are being approved near homes, schools, and local water supplies. Data centers can require major electricity, capacity, cooling systems, backup generators, and land development, which raises concerns about utility costs, noise emissions, and long-term resource pressure. The frustration often comes from residents feeling left out of the process, where basically land is purchased by somebody in the middle of the night, and it's mostly the 5 major tech titans that are developing all the AI products. But nobody knows these vast amount of lands are being purchased and sold. So by that time, the land is already purchased by a technology company. And then it seems to appear there's no transparency on when these permits are being pulled and the machines are out and they start building these centers where people kind of just drive by and they really don't know what's going on.
They're kind of like, what's going up there?
Yeah, I think people might think, oh, it's an Amazon distribution center because it's so large, but they don't really question it until it's half built maybe. And then the local residents are finding out it's an AI data center and all the awful things that it brings with it. And that's when the advocates start, but it's almost too late because it's already half built.
There.
And so now what this podcast hopefully will bring you is information where you can find out if one's going to be built near you, and you can jump on board right away and start to go to all your village and city meetings. And I have a really great example of one town and what they did as well.
Great.
So it can be stopped.
You have an example of a town that turned it away. Okay, good.
And in the process, and it's great. Supporters argue that data centers bring jobs, tax revenue, digital infrastructure, but critics say those benefits must be weighed against the environmental impact and community consent. And that's true. The debate shows that AI growth is no longer just a technology story. It is also a public planning issue involving transparency, sustainability, and local decision making. So that kind of sums up what is happening. Now, the problem is we already have 4,000 data centers that are already in use in the United States right now. And there's 3,000 more that are on the board, or that they're
in the planning stages,
in the planning stages. Exactly.
Just planning it, like on paper or whatever.
Right.
Not,
and there's been no studies because they haven't been in use long enough. But sure enough, with 5 to 10 years, you're going to start to see people there's going to be high rates of cancer and all kinds of diseases. Dirty water, running out of water. They use a tremendous amount of water. I don't know exactly. Oh, yes. Hundreds of billions of gallons of water. Data centers have long relied on fresh water for cooling, but the AI boom has escalated that demand. Hundreds of billions of gallons of water for cooling and power generation. This is quoted from University of Chicago. They did a whole sustainability study on them. So I'm kind of bouncing around with my sources. But
this study is from University of Chicago. Data centers,
yes.
Pollution, and the communities left behind. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if anybody wants to reference that.
Well, first of all, we're already running out of water without having data centers.
Yes. Water Wars is here.
Yeah, it's here. The West Coast, they're going through another drought, and they're going to be pulling all this water to feed the data centers. And then what about the drinking water?
Ogallala Aquifer underneath Nebraska. It's massive. That has been shrinking for decades. My father, I remember in the 70s talking about that. He'd watch something on National Geographic or Nova or something, excuse me, about that. And he was saying, oh, I'm glad I'm not going to have to deal with that. But you are, Lisa. And that's what's going on. So
is that a reservoir?
It's an aquifer. Yeah. It's not a reservoir. It's not above. It's below. It's deep within, but they can measure when that's being depleted.
The water table.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. Let's see. Where was I?
Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just have a lot of facts. So I'm going to talk about the town of Monterey Park, which is just outside of Los Angeles. And
oh my gosh, they don't have any.
I know.
Unless you can use desalinated water.
They are the town that has fought against the data center and won. So it's an interesting article. Near Los Angeles, residents protested a proposed 1.2 million square feet. Now, this is how big these places are. A data center. It's called EdgeCore. So you can't even fathom that. They talk
compared
about
to a football field.
They talk about some of these data centers and like how many football fields it is.
That helps it easy
crazy.
To imagine. Yeah.
Right. And this is an urban area. So it's Los Angeles. And it's like, where did they find all this land? So it's going to be stone's throw from houses, schools, everything.
That must be west of Los Angeles or Los Angeles?
East.
It's East LA?
It's east of Los Angeles. Yeah.
I thought that was so heavily populated.
Well, it all is. It's that whole area.
The whole area, yeah.
Yeah. The facility had the potential to increase fine particle exposure and cancer risks. According to local modeling, California's chronic water scarcity, which they have no water, they get it from Nevada or Colorado. I mean, they don't really have a lot of water. I remember.
Well, Colorado River is where they get a lot of their water.
Yeah.
Because they have to have a heavy snowpack, I believe. And then they
bring it in.
Store it in reservoirs and they bring it. Yeah.
So this data center would potentially use 500 million gallons of water a year, alarming for already over-abused and used San Gabriel Valley. It's in the San Gabriel Valley. Aquifers. So anyways, there was a petition that went around to the residents of Monterey Park, and 3,000 people petitioned and signed it, and it passed. And this isn't, it passed, meaning they won. They don't have to, the residents of the town voted against having this data center put up, and they did win. And they're not going to be able to put up the data center there now. However, it can be reversed. But the only way it could be reversed if the residents revote for it.
Oh, okay. So if the residents stay resolute in their
Convictions of
against having it, then
Right.
it won't go in.
Exactly.
But they always have. What do they have? How often do they reassess? Oh, it's been a year. What do you think now?
Right.
And then
No, they probably won't. And I mean,
and it doesn't bring jobs. It doesn't. You know what it brings?
You just turn
construction jobs to put it up.
Okay.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, what do you need inside of that structure? Yeah, someone to
Right.
monitor. Oh, this little thing is, this little whatever power cell is needs replacing. How many jobs do you need when the thing is running itself?
Right. Exactly.
Come on.
And the other thing is how we've had many podcasts on AI. So all the podcasts that we've done are the crazy things that are coming about with AI and the problems are causing with the humanoids and the cars, the self-driving cars. Now that's what we're paying for the data centers, is to increase the growth of AI in areas that we don't feel important. I don't know, how you feel about it.
Well, I
but-
mean, of course, how I feel about it. I
Right.
mean, any AI we're using, stupid AI videos that are largely stupid and dumb and false.
Right.
It's made up stuff that spread propaganda and BS and lies, or even creative AI stuff. Oh, we've got Tilly Norwood, the new AI actress. It bleeds into everything.
And we're promoting it
yeah,
in terms of the growth of it.
Well, right, because the companies are saying, I was at it was a wake recently, and this woman was in advertising, and she was saying that they weren't just being encouraged to use it. She's a creative writer, okay, at an advertising.
Oh.
They were dictating, yes, you will use this AI to write the copy. You will use this AI to help create the characters for the work that you do. I mean, this is creative work. And I feel
Right.
so bad because I did something a couple weeks ago. I mean, this is how guilty I feel. The other day, there was this thing on my phone. I said, create a song for your dog. Oh, wow, this is going to be expensive. I can't do it. And then I thought, I wonder if it's just a couple people who are just singing, you know what I mean? And they
Right.
figure
a
I just
fun dog song.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, it was really cute, and I sent all my photos. So I thought, well, they're using my photos. Well, they're just probably going to. No, it was AI. It was some. How do I get a song back? Really cute song.
Yeah.
About Moxie, my dog, my new puppy, in less than 10 minutes, set to music. Well, you know how? AI, and it created two songs. Moxie, get off her. She's on
She
your,
heard.
Yeah.
She's
Moxie, get over here.
She wants to pod
Yeah,
with
she-
our cast.
She does. Moxie, if you're going to do this, do it properly and sit there and make positive noises. And I thought, oh no, I just used power from AI to do this. But it's the little things and it's the big things. It's AI for everything. And using it to launch those damn rockets and everything. I mean, like you just look around and you make a phone call and that's you're interacting with AI.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd almost rather have somebody I don't understand with a thick Indian accent
Right.
than AI at this point.
Agreed.
And I've railed against that in the past, God knows.
Right. And they're taking so many jobs. So the more data
Well, that's what I'm
centers
saying. Yeah.
that they put up, the more jobs they're going to take away because they're fueling their fire of replacing people.
Mm-hmm.
So we're basically taking away our population of jobs with these data centers.
Right.
It's killing us
Yep.
in so many different ways. And it's just, okay, let's talk about regulations.
Okay. So anyway,
So-
but I was just saying it's in everything.
It's in everything.
Yeah. So
And
that's where you were going, right? I didn't. Did I sidetrack you?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I was
good.
just, there's just so much
Yeah.
information.
There
that
really is.
I had to kind of figure out what I want to talk about.
Okay. I'll let you.
But
Carry on.
The problem is there's no laws in place and boundaries and guardrails to control this.
None.
It's like almost AI is taking control of us and our government.
Mm-hmm.
So government, please step up. Look at all the damage it's doing and put up some laws. Let's get going on that.
See, the problem with that is, though, there are so many things right now on the plate in government. And the people who are filling the pockets of those people in government and saying, I will help you get reelected. I will help you get reelected. I would help keep you off my ass, if I give you money. They're the ones who are controlling this, and they're the ones who are behind it. I don't know where you start with that. That's the problem, because it's money, 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 money.
It's all about money. And the sad thing is, it's not a lot of people that are controlling it.
No, it's
probably 20 people.
What do they call it? There's a catchphrase for it. The Silky Eight or something like that. The eight tech titans. I forget what the thing is, and they have their tentacles in everything, and they are in control. And if you don't want to believe it, live with that.
Right.
Sorry.
So that's what's even worse. It's a small group of people that are running our country, and there's nobody stopping it. There should be a whole division in government on AI.
I know,
and they should be more educated about it.
Yes,
it's just
because then they'd be quashed by the money, by those with the money.
Right.
I mean, we now have our first trillionaire, and he's not the best guy around in the world. Okay, everybody knows it. Everybody knows he's no saint. He wasn't even born here, so he doesn't really have that kind of us born and loving America as much. Although AI is going to be worldwide, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But anyway,
but that's saying that one person has all that power.
All that,
just one person.
1 and 12 zeros.
Yeah,
and counting.
Right.
So,
and it's like, whoa.
Yeah. And but it's the other guys too who are in charge of it too. I mean, it's everybody. It's Anthropic. It's, OpenAI. It's
right. Right. And they're all together in this.
Oh,
They're
it's
all
Palantir,
buddies.
which is the scariest of them all.
Another article I got from the Harvard Gazette, because I feel like a lot of these students and people in their master's program are studying this.
Are they studying how that Monterey Park in
The
California?
Monterey Park was from the University of Chicago, but I saw that on the news as well.
Oh, no, I mean, are they studying how Monterey Park was able to push it back? Because that should be the model for what people do.
Exactly. And there's a lot of articles on Monterey. I don't know if they're studying Monterey Park, but that was in the University of Chicago. But I saw a news clip on it when the whole town was gathered around and they were cheering because they won. And they were able to stop this horrendous data center being built.
So that has to be the template for how other people, like up here in Grays Lake, in Lake County, Illinois, where they're
fighting against
it. That we need that as a template
to say this is what we need to do.
And this was successful there. Now, granted, it's a different state, it's a different area, different laws govern. However, there's got to be some kernel in there that they can use to fight.
Right.
I mean, there's got to be something you could take out of that template.
Exactly. And run with that.
Yeah.
The next article is the Harvard Gazette, where communities are pushing back against data centers. Tech data policy experts say concerns legitimate over same thing. Power rates. Okay, so that's another thing. They're going to take so much off of our power grid that, for example, Lake Tahoe. Now, I've read about this several times, but I can't say where, but I know it's legit. They say
You can't say where. What do you mean?
I mean, I've read about it like on Instagram, and I could probably pull an article up right now about Lake Tahoe. Have you heard about Lake Tahoe?
No.
Oh my goodness. They're building a data center in Nevada, and they say in a year and a half, Lake Tahoe will lose 46% of its power grid. It's alarming. I'm going to look it up. Let's take a break. I'm going to look it up because I think it's a great example of where they snuck in the middle of the night.
Okay, let's take a break. And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Lake Tahoe, where most of these data centers that we've been talking about are in more urban areas or outside of an urban area in a farmland like Chicago. There's a lot of farmland, or that's where you kind of picture where.
Well, in the
they are.
exurbs of Chicago. Yeah.
Yes. So Lake Tahoe is a beautiful city or town or whatever. It borders Nevada and California. It's beautiful. It's scenic. It's touristy.
Ski resort.
Yeah. Lake.
Hiking.
Everything. It's like a
and pure
national park-ish.
Water.
Pure water. It's gorgeous. Well, now Lake Tahoe's major energy source is being diverted to power an AI data center. And
so they're going to take water from Lake Tahoe for this AI?
Take water.
Or divert it from the snowpack?
I'm not sure if they're taking water, but it's from, the utility company in Nevada. I'll read you this. Nevada-based NV Energy will stop providing 75% of their power. Wait a second. Hold on. Sorry. I got to start over. Nevada-based NV Energy will stop providing 75% of Liberty Utilities electricity for the California side of Lake Tahoe. 75%, that's a lot, affecting 49,000 customers. So they said they could run out of power. They could have brownouts, blackouts, and it's so much power that they're taking from the residents into the data center, there's going to be issues.
The data center is based in Nevada.
It's based in Nevada.
But it will affect the power in California?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds like a problem already that they could protest against easily.
I would hope so.
So why would how does that work though? How does Nevada take the power away from California? I guess I'm not understanding that part. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because that town is so close to Nevada. You know how?
Of course. Well, it's Calneva. It's like literally.
Right. So I think they do share power sources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but they're going to,
Mm-hmm.
all right, that sounds complicated just because of the state line. But the point is this AI data center will be sucking the energy out of that part of California, the California side of Tahoe.
Yeah. Well, the supplier of the energy, Nevada Utilities, is going to be supplying their electricity to this data center, which is going to suck 75% of the usage from this utilities company like ComEd.
Okay,
If you can picture that.
Yeah.
And they take 75% of that energy that goes to the data center, and the residents have 25% left. Yeah.
Okay, now
So
this is being constructed, or this is being thought about or planned for or discussed? Where is this? What stage is this in? Because this can't happen.
I know.
I mean, I don't think this can't happen. And people in that area are generally, at least as far as I recall, pretty educated, and they're not going to allow that.
Right. And there's a lot of environmentalists that live in that area.
Yes,
as
there
well,
are.
That are fighting back.
People who care.
It says Liberty Utilities, however, has sought to reassure customers, saying the transition is part of a routine energy contracting. This does not mean the power is shutting off, says the president, but it will it could lessen the amount of power given to the residents.
As you said earlier,
Yeah.
brownouts, blackouts. Yeah.
There is a comment from some environmentalists in here. Oh, see, it's already been built.
It's already there.
Yeah. So Lake Tahoe residents are pushing back.
So it's too late.
Yeah. And it's going to happen within the next year. So that's when they'll notice their decrease of what's available from the utility companies, if that makes sense. That's just in layman's term. Meanwhile, Lake Tahoe residents are pushing back against AI data centers, saying they are driving up energy costs and straining the local grid. Across the country, blah, blah, blah. That's just about other cities. Back in Nevada, local groups, including the Sierra Club's Tahoe Area Group, are asking regulators to slow the process down and hold full public reviews instead of rushing approvals. So I guess they're just finding out about this, as they're building the data center and they're trying to put the brakes on.
Now, the permits had to have been issued for a
Yes.
data center. This is what I
Right.
don't understand,
Right.
Holly.
Some government. It looks like government passed something through. I mean, maybe they don't have to disclose all these things. I don't know. This is like
no,
how
they do. It's just they're doing it in an underhanded way.
Right.
They have to disclose.
to.
They have to get a permit. You have to say this is the area of land that
Right.
this is the purpose. This is what we're doing. Sounds like a lot of hands being greased. I mean, this country's being run like a mob anyway. So this is what this sounds like.
Right. So that's probably what happened. In April, a letter to the California Public Utility Commission, Sierra Club Vice Chair, argued that decisions affecting about 49,000 customers on a limited and rapidly changing power grid require greater transparency
Yeah.
and public input rather than a fast track process. That's what you said.
There we go.
It was all done fast tracking. Somebody signed this, somebody signed that. Boom, it's being built. And then the Sierra Club's like, well, what's going on over here? And then they dug deep and they found out how it's going to affect them, the residents, and affect their power grid. And I mean, that's just a story about a small town.
That's just one.
That's just one story. So just multiply it by 7,000 or however many thousand there are of these. Now, there's over 7,000 AI data centers in the U.S. right now.
And where are they concentrated?
The concentration,
or are they spread uniformly around?
well, no, because I know in what state is it? In Nevada, in Virginia, and
Virginia, really?
there's a whole bunch in Virginia.
How about Texas?
I was like, I don't know. About
Where Musk's putting up all that. He's created that city, and it probably needs its own AI data center.
I'm going to look up where are the data centers in the U.S. But every state's affected.
I don't know. It's going to have to all be grassroots, strong contingents of grassroots groups, because nobody is protecting us, and the money is just talking for itself and greasing the way, and then we're all left with them. And then, like, once they're there, then what do you do? I mean,
It's almost like too late.
It's
Unless
too
you
late.
bomb it.
And well, I mean, I like that idea, but yeah.
Okay, so
What does that release into the air and the environment?
Here's the geographics of where they are. The eastern hubs. Northern Virginia has the largest data center hub in the world. Now, I wonder if that's because of D.C.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah. I don't know.
Positioned at a major global fiber convergence point. Atlanta, Georgia, a dense ecosystem serving as a financial and interconnection center. So there's several. There's Chicago, Illinois, a primary global financial hub. The Chicago campus and nearby suburban hubs like Elk Grove Village feature extensive fiber networks and low latency to both U.S. and coast.
Let me see. Which word? Latency?
Latency.
Yeah.
Ohio is rapidly expanding. The western and southern hubs are Dallas, Texas, is a primary communication center. Silicon Valley, Portland, Oregon, Phoenix. I mean, it's everywhere.
So all these are all where the data centers have already been built and are functioning.
Okay, I lied. We currently have 4,374 data centers listed from 50 states across the U.S. So I was naming some hubs, but if you look at a map, you could see how many data centers are, like 470 are in Texas.
Wow.
And-
I see. Oh, the dot 470 represents, okay, and Illinois, Wisconsin looks like 53, Minnesota 78, 239, is that Illinois, I think? Oh my God, 623, I see what you're saying. Is that Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, and then let's go to the West Coast, or the middle of the okay, 10, that looks like Nebraska, or the Dakotas, 23, 30 up in Montana, 104 looks like Washington, 170, 125 in Portland, 287 in California, 156, that's Arizona, New Mexico, 22, 470 in Texas.
So these, like, to me, they went up overnight because it's like, oh my
Like,
God.
when the hell did this happen?
Right. I know.
seriously, when did this and what?
That's what we're talking about. We're
When
talking about how this
did these
happened
start
so
going?
fast, and they've been constructed so fast. Like you said, latency behind the. They
Why?
fast track these, and I don't know, because that's what they need to move this whole technology forward and just invade in everybody's life.
How much do we really need this AI so much? I mean, if they want to develop it and be ahead of China, which I know that's so important.
The
which
race.
The race. How
is a
much?
good point.
I mean, how much more could we keep? I'm not necessarily analog, but not.
Well, these are all these questions that we have from Ladies Who Question, because why?
Yeah.
And how did this happen so fast? And we got to get on board, and we got to fight this and develop some laws. I'm just wondering how many data centers other countries have. I'm just going to do a little search here, like China.
Well, here's the thing: if we don't,
China only has 449 data centers.
probably in one province.
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on, that's an enormous country.
But I would think they would have thousands and thousands. I don't know. I think it would be interesting to see how many other countries have. Maybe it's just our company.
Well,
it
I think
can't
it takes it's a personal responsibility thing. Stop using maybe AI to solve your problems. Why don't you use your brain?
Right.
Because basically, here's how I look at it. You're signing over
Right.
what your most precious gift of your brain over to something else.
Right.
Reasoning, creativity, logic, all the things that we are supposed to be developing throughout our lives to learn and then to have sage wisdom when we're older, to pass along or to make better decisions or develop things, help the young. We're not doing that. We're saying, oh, well, here's my chat bot. I'll ask. Like,
We're stunning the growth of our brain, and our caps the potential, because you don't have that curiosity anymore. You just go to a.
Yeah, it's so lazy.
It's awful. It's
And
like
it doesn't help you as a person. Not you. I don't mean you.
Well, no,
but
I know.
It doesn't help us as people to not utilize. We're already not utilizing most of our brain. That's a proven fact. 60% or something
Right.
is what I've heard bandied about, which is insane. I don't know how you tap into the rest. But so why are we giving over more to a box,
Right.
electricity, a nothing,
Exactly.
a digital thing? There's this article in the New York Times. I haven't had a chance to read the whole thing, but it was just from the other day. It's an opinion piece. What 370,000 college essays tells us about AI's effects on creativity.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And this is just the summary because the use of AI chatbots for brainstorming and writing is concerning as it undermines creative thinking. I've been so upset by all this. Okay, personally, I'm actually taking a creative writing class because I do not want to succumb.
Oh my gosh.
To
Good
this.
for you.
Yeah, well, I also need a kick in the ass to get back on the horse. Okay, anyway, research shows that while AI can improve writing superficially, it often leads to homogenized ideas and a lack of originality. That's what we've been talking about. This erosion of creativity could have negative consequences for students, workers, and society as a whole. So basically, that's what I'm going to read this in its entirety, but Georgetown University neuroscientist Adam Green, he's the one sort of behind one of these studies, and he's leading a research team to try to track the changes in the output and the retention and the comprehension. That's sort of redundant, but before the start of ChatGPT, which was kind of the first, wasn't that sort of the first? Yeah. And since. So measuring this body of people against pre and then post.
Okay.
And that proof will be in the pudding because that's probably really easy to measure.
Oh, sure.
But stuff like that just horrifies me.
Oh, it's going to turn this whole society into zombies.
Well, yeah, and that's what we've got. That's what we're railing against here.
Yeah.
It says in a separate study, the team found that human-written essays offered up to 8 times more new ideas than those produced by AI. Now, I remember a long time ago, you said something to me about, or we were talking or something. You said, "Oh, did you have AI write that summary for our podcast. You know how
okay.
you have a little
Yeah.
write a summary or whatever of what it's about. I'm like, I looked at you horrified, like, no, no, I would never put that. This is our precious output.
Right.
You think I'm going to just say, oh, AI, just summarize
Right.
it?
Right.
Hell no. This is ours, baby. These are our ideas. These are our foibles and our bizarre ideas and stupid things that we say, and sometimes maybe, I don't want to say brilliant. I don't think we have brilliant things. We have some intelligent ideas, I think, or observations,
opinions.
And I'm not going to put that over and say, "Oh, take this and condense
do it for me."
Yes. Yeah. Hell no.
Right.
So
we got to keep the brain exercised.
That's right.
And aside from just all that, why I think we're all going to be zombies is because if AI takes over the creative world, movies and book writing, because they're doing that right now.
They already, wow. And they're co-opting everything we already have by lifting it without our permission,
Right.
and turning it into their own stories.
And stealing people's identity and voices and looks. But when you start to think about everything, it's so scary. It's just that next generation. And then, as my grandmother would say, I'll be dead by then.
Well, and I've said this to you, and I've probably even said it on the podcast a couple times. It's like, for the very first time, I'm kind of glad that I'm really old, because honestly, I'm not liking what's happening. I'm not liking it at all. I'm one person. I don't know how much I can do to fight this, but I'm going to support and fight the good fight while I can. But
Right.
I really kind of wanted to enjoy my time going forward instead of having to bust my ass working all the time. And I can't now, because now I have to pick up this cause and go and worry about what's going on in the future. Right. But I'm not going to worry as much, because if you guys, meaning anybody who's listening to this and the entire population of the country and the world, if you don't care enough to push back and to be aware and use your brain and fight for your health and your education and your vision, I can't help you. I can't make you. Holly can't help you. Holly can't make you. The only thing we can do is do what we're doing and try to make people aware.
Right.
This is going on.
Exactly. In everybody's backyard. Everybody. Every state's affected. Every person's affected. Everybody is touched by AI now. So you can't say, I don't know what you're talking about, AI.
Because if you do, that just means you're living in willful ignorance, and you too will be affected. And then you too will be one of those groundhogs popping your head up going, what's going on here? What happened here? I didn't vote for this. Well, you know what? You did by not giving a crap, okay? And not doing something. And I don't want to hear about it, but 15 years, I probably won't be here. I won't have to hear about it. But the 15 years I'm here,
right,
I would really like to not smell the emissions, the poisonous, odorless emissions. I'm already drinking water with lead,
Well, that's the thing I forgot to talk about was the water quality.
Oh, yeah.
The water quality. And there are certain areas where their water is dark brown. Their drinking water is dark brown.
Is that what that's about?
I'm seeing it on news articles, which I could bring in and document, where they just turn on their faucet and all the water's dark brown.
I didn't know that was
Yes. So it's
byproduct of that,
poisoning the drinking water as well.
And that woman I read an article about one woman got arrested for complaining about her water.
Oh my God.
They said, "Oh, that's not true. You're making it up or something." Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the drinking water is
it was
poisoned.
dark brown. I mean, it was worse even than the Flint water.
It was. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was like the Flint water.
But this was not near Flint. This was another area entirely. I just didn't know that was related to an AI.
It is.
Well, and also, I mean,
because they emit it. I mean, it comes in and it goes out. They need the water for
probably to cool things.
That's right, to cool it, because it is very, very hot. And
so it picks up all of the whatever the output is, whatever that's putting out, the to cool it off.
The PFAS.
Oh, PFAS. Yes, and and then that also about a month ago, the administration, the government, unleashed and said, "We'll take off these regulations. You can now put more PFAS."
Oh, right.
It's okay. It's okay. We've lifted the level, and PFAS are the forever chemicals, and those are the ones that even our wonderful and probably superior water district here, right here in Lake Bluff, even they can't filter them out, and they are the ones that are going to really do the damage.
We're doomed.
Well, we got to stand up now, though.
It's the data centers rely on cooling systems that use chemicals like biocides, corrosion inhibitors, and heavy metals, and that goes out in the wastewater from when it works in the cooling system of the AI data centers. So that's what's discharged that leaches into our drinking water, anybody's drinking water,
anybody's.
And that's this, and they're doing a study on it to see how damaging that is. Well, hello, Aaron Brockovich. In like 5 years, you're going to have all kinds of cancer situations and children, and here we go again.
You know what this is? This is the new tobacco. This is the new PG&E.
PG&E, yes.
This is the new.
Yes, it is.
Because they've been getting away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, so I think we have enough about this. Here's what we're going to talk about in our next podcast.
Okay.
But we have to do some work on it.
Okay.
We have to figure out so that we can tell you, our listener, how to go about if you want to actually get your fanny in gear, because I'm going to get my big fat fanny in gear and do something about this. If I have to go door to door, if I have to stand outside of one of these, or if I have to write letters or deliver letters to Congress, I don't care who. I don't care what side you're on.
Right.
Democrat, independent, Republican, I don't give a rat's
This is not
ass.
This should not be a political issue.
It should not be.
It's your human life.
And it isn't. It isn't.
Yeah,
It's
isn't.
everybody.
Right.
And if you want to pretend otherwise, then just keep drinking the water and breathe in the air.
Right.
Stuff like this really fires me up.
I can see that. I think I want to attend a meeting in Grace Lake.
Well, yeah. And
I
so
think that'd be
that's going to be
interesting.
our next step.
Yeah.
Our next step is our next podcast. We're going to figure this out between now and then. We're going to figure out what are the steps that Joe and Jane Q. Public can take to go forward. Because we want to just sit here and rail against the problem. Let's try to offer some sort of a solution, or not a solution, but at least an action.
Right.
An action that people can take.
Where you can go and be legitimately heard and it counts.
Yeah.
Not just complaining to your next door neighbor girlfriend.
Right. Or to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we are.
Yeah. Right. But it's got to start somewhere.
It's got to.
If people don't start talking about their malcontent, their discontent, their upset, and start saying, "Oh, you feel that way too. Oh, you feel that," and bond together, nothing is going to change.
Right.
We're going to just keep sitting here in our own
bubble,
poison stew, and it's going to get worse. So let's wrap this one up, and let's unless you have one more thing that you want to add or whatever.
No, I think we've said it all. We tried to touch on the high points so you all understand what's happening and be aware of it. So awareness was like the key to this podcast.
And Holly and I will try to put together a game plan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so that's something we will work on, and that will be in our next podcast. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, listeners.
Yeah.
Don't forget, tell a friend, listen.
And share this podcast, because this might, if you're listening this long, I dare say this is the most important podcast we've done ever.
I think so.
I mean, in the world of things, we piss and moan about silly stuff here and there, but that's just being a human and being... exchanging info and the human condition.
Exactly.
Well, this is a human condition that could lead to the death of the human condition.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Okay.
Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Harvey. Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by me, Lisa Dominique, and also executive produced by Holly Caulfield. Holly does research, and I do social media. Music, My Lionheart. Sketch music by Florian Manx and Matthew Anderson. Ladies Who Question is on Instagram and Facebook. Give us a like and a follow if you would, and leave us your thoughts. You can also visit our website, LadiesWhoQuestion.com.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the opinions of Lisa Dominique and Holly Caulfield and should not be construed as advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as advice of any personal or medical issue for yourself or others. This disclaimer also applies to guests or contributors to the podcast.